You wanted to take the coast road? You won't last 5 minutes on foot.
We'll see about that.
I want to see if it's possible to beat Half-Life 2 without driving the vehicles. The key word here is drive. I can't drive any vehicles, so riding the train in the intro is fine. And yes, I know the speedrun doesn't use vehicles, but this is a challenge for a casual player like myself. Alright, let's jump to the first vehicle section.
Hey, Dr. Freeman. I've been hoping you'd show up. Got this airboat all gassed up and ready to go.
No thanks. The first obstacle is this acid. I have 2 medkits. One gets thrown into the acid and one is held. I run through and heal with both kits. The rest of the acid is avoidable until the door. I take some damage reaching the next safe part, but have a crate to jump on. I try to jump from platform to platform, but realize that isn't viable the whole way through, so I use 2 crates to inch my way through the tunnel. Eventually, I reach the nectar of the gods, water, without the hazard. The sections without acid are easy without the boat. It just takes a while to walk the distance. I can climb up next to this jump, but run into more toxic sludge. The distance is too far to swim. I try to use those blue floating barrels, but standing on them just pushes them down. There's crates and barrels back by the red barn. The crates also float and also submerge when jumped on. The edges aren't as deep, so I try to do the crate swap over there, but even that goes too deep. This gives me an idea. Maybe I can climb around. I stack some props to reach this ledge, but there is an invisible wall. The other side doesn't have an invisible wall. I mean, it does, but just not to the ledge itself. I can work with this. The wall on the other side extends back here. Props can still go through the invisible walls. Every time I think I have a way around the walls, I get blocked. I grab all the barrels from the barn. It takes a bit of time to bring them over here, but I have an idea. I use no-clip to see how high the invisible wall is. It's not that high. There's plenty of space up here, and there are a lot of props. I gather all the props on this platform and start making a tower. They can go through the invisible wall next to the canal, but not the one in the back, so the tower is braced against that wall.
Let me have a rule and a saw and a board and I'll cut it. Climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail and I'll nail it.
Standing on a prop, jumping, and then grabbing it allows you to climb up walls. I try that here. I'm not very good at it, so it doesn't help. So I use an SMG grenade to boost me up. I can walk next to the sludge and safely fall to the water. A trigger got skipped somewhere, so this dropship is just vibing. After a little hike, I come to another big acid pit. This acid pool isn't deep, so I can use barrels. Most of it is flat too, but the first part isn't. The barrels are still useful to reach the flat section, and then it's time for a long trek. Getting across that took over 10 minutes. A reverse accelerated back hop allows you to gain massive amounts of speed. Doing it is a bit complicated, but very useful. You walk in the direction you want to go, jump, do a 180, stop pressing forward, crouch, and when you hit the ground, jump. It's good to bind jump to the scroll wheel. My mediocre b-hopping skills helps me avoid the APCs. I battled the one joke. It's possible to kill the copter early. You have to backtrack after causing it to spawn again.
Oh my god!
It's not gone permanently though. The edge of this tunnel is solid, so I can safely avoid the acid. The helicopter doesn't chase me through this section. Then I come across a large acid river, deeper and longer than anything I've seen so far. I try to prop fly over the sides, but there are more invisible walls. It's way too far to tank the damage, and using props won't work because it's too deep. There's invisible walls everywhere. Did Valve really think players would try to get out of bounds here? I mean, besides people like me. I try b-hopping out of bounds, but the walls are still in the way. No clip lets me see the limit of the invisible walls. I figure out I can potentially get on top of the tunnel, however, I can't get off where I want. There's no way into the tunnel from here. I'll be honest, I can't get past this. I know speedrunners can, but this challenge is for a casual player with casual b-hopping abilities, so a boat needs to be summoned. That's one vehicle use. This gap can be jumped without the boat. The next tunnel cannot be walked along the side, so that's 2 vehicle uses. Another large and deep acid pool and another vehicle use. If I can realistically and safely get out of the vehicle for a stretch, but need it right away, I count that as a separate use. And there's just nothing to work with here. The helicopter is following me again, and it's a real pain. My OBS glitched out and stopped recording here, so I had to re-record this section to show what I did, but my health isn't exactly the same. Pretty much, I had to run from the helicopter and tank some damage. There's a lot more acid and a helicopter shooting me, so there's no way to tank that damage. You know what that means. Amateur b-hopping time. I get a couple of decent jumps, but then I hit my best b-hop yet. These b-hops look really good, but it's all luck. My b-hopping luck runs out when I reach the little ramp with the lift. When I b-hop onto the ramp, all my momentum is lost. So bee-hopping is out of the picture. NoClip shows me an invisible wall higher than the visible one. There aren't enough props to climb up here. I even try nade boosting, but nothing works, so I need the boat again. I was here for 25 minutes trying different things. For some reason, the ramp doesn't work. All the items are on the lift. Maybe taking them out glitched it? So I just no-clip through, but that is for vehicle uses. The rebels won't open the gate or even acknowledge me without the boat. The gate also has an invisible wall on it, so I can't go over. That's 5 vehicle uses.
You're Freeman, aren't you?
You can park the boat. It'll be safe here.
The game won't move on if you don't move the boat up. According to my own rules, this is a separate use of the boat, so that's number 6.
You're just in time, Doc. We gotta move out before the Combine picks us up. We're just getting ready to pull out. You're Freeman, aren't you?
There we are. That gun came off one of the same 100.
The rebels won't open the next gate until I get in the airboat. I can't climb over it. However, I don't need to actually move the vehicle, just get in it. So does this count as driving? I'm not moving, just sitting. It doesn't really matter since I already failed the challenge, but this is going to come up again in episode 2. Tell me what you think in the comments. I run at the helicopter and it flies away. I would also be scared if the quiet kid ran at me with a submachine gun. There's another massive acid lake. I can use crates from the rebel base to climb the ledge, but then I need to take some damage. It's too deep to use the crates to cross. The Combine trap doesn't work, and neither does the APC firing rockets, because Gordon Freeman is free to break the laws of physics, theoretically. After committing some petty vandalism, I take more acid damage, but can hug the hill to avoid taking a lot. I can slowly make my way up this slope to reach this little bridge. Now I have access to the walkways. Then this slope can be walked on. There's another tunnel full of acid, but the sides are too steep to walk on. It's also too deep for props. It's short enough so I can tank the damage. Just watch out for zombies. I can climb up this platform and walk along this ledge to reach a tunnel. The jump can be skipped by climbing the side. The final acid tunnel can be safely traversed on the side. The fight with the helicopter can be skipped by prop climbing to the ledge to open the dam and then again to get through the dam. The copter also leaves me alone for some reason. And that's the first vehicle level. Let's drive to the next one.
Bring the buggy out. Gordon Freeman will be driving it.
No, I won't.
Stay with the car.
I run from the car and some antlions and reach the first obstacle. A jump.
Dr. Freeman, you won't get anywhere on foot.
Bet.
The car's ready for you now, Dr. Freeman.
I'll be honest. This level is way easier than Water Hazard. I had like 8 hours of footage. 6 was with the boat, and 1 hour was from Highway 17. That last hour was just the chapters before Water Hazard. There is no acid. The only thing to worry about is antlions, but they aren't a problem. Once I acquire the RPG, I just climb around the gate. I continue my way down the coast and almost forget the crane counts as a vehicle. Launching barrels at the bridge doesn't drop it. An accelerated backhop can get me across. The garage door still opens. I was worried it might not since it's supposed to open when you knock down the bridge. An explosive barrel can break the glass, and a bee-hop can cross this gap. I push the APC into the water to turn off the force field, and then I run back to get the car before I remember I don't have the car. The rest of the walk is fairly uneventful, although I do shove a combine in a locker and win a race against a train. I kill all the zombies in the tunnel except for one, so he can tell his zombie friends to not rely on car-centric infrastructure. The ambush is useless when I can climb around the gate and back hop away.
Okay, Doc. You'll have to go on foot from here. There's
What
a
do you
secret
think I've
path
been
along the
doing?
cliffside.
How did you get that? And that's both of the vehicle levels in Half-Life 2. So, is it possible to beat Half-Life 2 without vehicles? No, it isn't. I mean, technically it is because speedrunners have done it, however, it's not possible for a regular casual player to beat it without vehicles. You never have to use the buggy, but you do have to use the airboat 6 times. And depending on your definition of driving, you might need to use the boat 7 times. But I would love to hear your opinions on that. Does getting in a vehicle and starting it count as driving? But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. I do gaming challenges on this channel, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them. I have a Discord, link in the description. But in the meantime, remember to stay hydrated.